Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is David Brooks, the Cadillac Counselor, coming at you to tell you a little bit what's going on my mind. Yep, this one here, this one's going to be a little tricky because we got some issues at Mount St. Mary's. You know, I have to make sure that I always give you the real aspect and the real situations and the way that they go down. And I'm going to find that little thing that most people ain't paying attention to, and I'm going to expose it. So here we go. So the sheriff's department said that they got wind of a man was said to be following two young ladies at a grocery store in Emmitsburg. It seems to me that these two young ladies were students from the Mount St. Mary's. It said that this man had been cited doing some suspicious things around campus, but on January 19th, though, let's talk about this. So these two young ladies were supposedly in a grocery store named Jubilee. At this grocery store, this man wanted to go and follow these young ladies throughout the store. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of what the aisle looks like. Here it goes. All right, so now I want you to take a look at this. That store is not that packed. So that if you're following somebody in this small store, it's not a big like Kroger's or HEB or Giant Eagle or whatever names you want to name, big time stores. This is a small store, and this guy wanted to walk around and follow these people. So this happened about 3:30 p.m. So let's talk about what happened. So now, the man was witness following them, came up to the register behind them, nothing in his pockets, nothing in his hands to buy anything. He's just watching these young girls, or these young ladies. And so from there, they go to get in their car. He jumps into his white, I can't even think what color car he had. He had a white something, a Honda passenger car. Now, they lost him at the light, shook him. We still don't know where he's at. Witnesses said that they don't know what the license plates were. There's no footage of the situation. So what's going on? Make sure that if you know any of this information, contact Jeff Hyatt. You can contact him at 301-600-4131 for any information. Reference code is 21-005664. Now, let's talk about what I want to talk about in this situation. So let's talk about the man and what he looks like. It said that this man had black hair, wore a short sleeve orange shirt, buttoned down, dark colored blue jeans, and he was a black man, stood about 6 feet tall and about 200 pounds. So let's talk about this. 45 years old to 55. I'm going to show you what the race demographics are in Emmitsburg. Now, if you look right here, these are black people. All right. In 2010, since they had 2% black. In the 2020, it looks like it's about 10%. If you are a black man stalking people in Emmitsburg, you will be noticed. I think there's some type of mental health thing going on here, because it just can't be anything other than that. Because how can you think that you're going to stalk somebody being a 6-foot black man in Emmitsburg? Something stupid going on here. I'm just saying, this just doesn't work. So that moves me to the next stupid thing, is Notre Dame football. I don't know about you guys, but the end of the season really, I mean, I give Alabama their props. I'm glad that they did what they do. They have a dynasty going. But my thing was Texas A&M got ripped off. You know, we look at Notre Dame football. Notre Dame in the 20th century, 21st century, they have lost literally every major game that they've been in. I think I'm looking at the record. It said they lost 30-3 against Clemson at the Cotton Bowl in the national semifinals in 2018. They lost 42-14 by Alabama in 2013. Now, we noticed that they used to be independent. Now they're playing with the ACC. Let's talk about this. In their last, since their big win that they had, I think in the like 90s, maybe 80s, something like that, they've been 6-14. Literally 3-11 for any major bowl game that's in against SEC, Big Ten, any of the big name school conferences. Why do they keep getting put into the national championship? Texas A&M was on a roll. They put them at number 5. Now, this is what got me. We all know that when you lose right at the end, you are taking out. Point blank. It's been like that for years. Unless you lose to somebody who's non-ranked, then the discussion gets said, was it real? That loss against Clemson was as real as it could possibly be. They got beat, pulled off the. They should have never been even in a championship. Why not? I would have rather let some of them other teams get a chance. Some of the undefeated teams get a chance. If we're just throwing someone in, we got to do something different, guys. I don't know what's going on. GameStop. I don't know if you guys have been watching GameStop and what the market's been doing, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is a straight up pissing match. This is literally short sellers versus hedge funds. When we look at the hedge funds, all right, I'll read you a quote. It says, if unrestricted short selling can transfer information from informed investors to the less informed, allowing the market prices to reflect a fair value of the securities. Now, what's happening is these little bitty people, not the big company, they're literally turning the market upside down. They're trying to show that the little people have a voice. And if you guys haven't been watching it, you need to watch it. But I'm going to tell you, history says that the short sellers have really caused many issues in our life. There's a lot of things that we don't even know. I'll read it to you. Some of the issues that some of the short investors have taken the blame for in crashes in the last 400 years. I'm talking about 400 years. From the East Indian Company in 1609 to the Great Wall crash in 1929, Black Monday in 1987, and just a big bubble in the early 2000s. Short sellers have been labeled as a stock bashing rumor mill. Pretty much, that's what they do. It's like they hear something, they flood the industry, everybody buys, and then they literally send stocks skyrocket. You need to look at that, because if you look at it, it's kind of funny because it's showing that the little people still got a voice. And I like to see kind of stuff like that. It's going to end up going back down, but it's just the whole point of we can make it happen. So, hey, keep an eye out on Notre Dame, because if they come back and they make it to another national championship in the next couple of years, I'm gonna be done with college football, period. But the young ladies that are Mount St. Mary's that got followed, I hope they go get some therapy if they need it. But the guy that's following them, a 6-foot black guy walking around in Emmitsburg, stalking people, come on now. You got to know your territory. Emmitsburg is not your territory. It's not your territory to be stalking people, especially black men in a 93% white area. Just my opinion, but that's it. Take it easy. It's the Cadillac Counselor. Bye.